Well, hi, you guys. Good. I'm glad it's loud and clear. I had it fixed and tested it because I had clicked something and now it's not working again. So I obviously didn't fix everything. That's the way it goes. All right. So you can hear me, but I can't hear my own music and everything in this, which is very odd. I rewired everything and I'm afraid I goofed something. Probably. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's been a day, a day, a day. We are trying to clear out what's we call the boathouse. It's kind of a storage shed on the side of the house that was there. We called it the boathouse. That's what the realtor had called it. That's what the former owner had used it for. We've had stuff stored in it and decided we needed a place for Vivian to park because she doesn't fit in our garage now. Because our garage is a pretty small one-car garage. So cleaning out the boathouse, thought we had it cleaned out enough to fit her in, and no, not quite long enough. So that started another domino effect of digging out all kinds of stuff, and I decided that I have another shed in the backyard that is temperature controlled that I keep art in, and I said, let's move all the slides and photos and stuff like that in there, then we'll have more room, we can do this. And that started a whole new thing. I found Aunt Susie's slides and some of her pictures of her, like at the Brooks Institute of Photography in 1955. My great aunt, and that was in March 1955, a year and 2 months before I was ever born, and all kinds of stuff and her pictures, and oh my gosh, just cool. That got me going. And then I found in another box, I found my original high school photography notebook. I found the very first contact sheet I ever made. So I'm excited because that stuff is all going to go on my other channel, my on camera channel. And I'm going to start doing vintage stuff and things over there. But yeah. So yeah, it's been a day. It's been a busy day going through. And one of the boxes that had Aunt Susie stuff, the mice had gotten into it. So a lot of her notes and stuff that she did had been, she wrapped them up and put little paper around them that said where it was, had been eaten by the mice. So I had to be very careful because there was mouse, yuck. And then another box I found all my old rocks and crystals. Like, I'm surprised that and I was like, oh my gosh, felt so bad about having them all wrapped up. And then I kind of was reminded in my head that they didn't really care. They'd spent millennium all hidden away in rocks, not worried about it. Being tucked away in a box for a while, for a year or two, was not a big deal. 5 years. So they got unwrapped and washed, and now I've got to figure out how to build a crystal garden someplace in the other place, because I have two very big amethyst crystal rocks, two or three, and I have dark smoky quartz, and then I have another like black, almost a black crystal that has a white crystal embedded in it, and I have some rose quartz and some amber and all kinds of stuff, and all this malachite, and what did I found? I found Larimar. I had a big rock of Larimar, which is a kind of a rare stone. It's only found like in Jamaica or Bahamas or someplace. And box of rocks, the ox, the fox, or something like that. I know. And then a whole bunch of other things. I found a big tiger eye stone, all kinds of things. And then my crystals all just kind of went like, hey, look at, we're here. And I was like, oh my goodness. I had forgotten all about them. I had done a whole lot of studying on different kind of crystals and whatnot way back in the day with my friend Anne. So it was kind of fun to find those guys. Let's see. Maybe my system audio is muted. Is that it? There, maybe I can hear now. Ah, I wonder if that was it. Am I making an echo if I do that? Let me know. Anyway, so it felt very good to find all that stuff and get a lot of things tucked away and put away and organized. But for now, It's story time, and it's time for show and tell. And good, thanks, Linda, thank you so much. You're such a good moderator. I don't put the amethyst. Yeah, the amethyst will fade. But I'm. It's in. I washed them all. Some of them had been in salt, but I put them in the sun for just a short amount of time to recharge them, to give them, crystals like to sit in the sun for a little bit to be recharged, and then I will take them out and put it in another spot that that has but then the clear crystals all had to get, they like to get charged in the sun once in a while, or else cleansed in salt. And one of them had been sitting in salt for like 3 years, either 5 years or so. It's like, okay, I'm done. I've had a big enough bath. Anyway, some stories and some art. Tamara sent in some things. I've got some things that I've been fiddling with. I'm going to check, real quick here on my email. Boom. And see if anybody sent anything in the last few minutes. Nope. And nope. Okay, so that's good. No others have come in. So we will just go from there. All right, so next scene. Show and tell. Nope, that didn't work on my sound. Yes, Tamara. Good idea. Okay, so we're starting with Tamara. And Tamara, thank you for the idea about charging them in the moonlight and Celtic salt. I had forgotten about doing that and pulling them out for a full moon. I'll have to check when the next one is. But I wanted them to get out there for just a bit today to get a little bit of charge. And then I'll put with everybody else. They're pretty happy. Now they're back in the shade. So let's start with Tamara's art today and pull this over so I can show you what she's got. So she's got the first, she starts with Isha means goddess, Parvati, purity, gift from God, one who protects. I think she's finished, she said. So she has several parts of her to show us. The next one is there. Yeah. Yes, she's gorgeous. And then a close-up here of part of it. I love that. I love the painting in the back, too. That little hill that she kind of comes out of the hill. So cool. And then this is, I also made a card with the papers I used to test the paints from this painting. Good quality watercolor. So she made some cards from the leftovers. The front and the back laid out. Look at that. What a good idea. I love that you made cards like that with that. That's very cool. And then I'll turn this one off. Some quick sketches, old 1999 quick sketching and a mixed media piece, all done her first year in art college. So these are, hang on, where's my program? I can't see it. Window, program. There we go. You're in the wrong spot. Okay. These are the ones that have that are from college. Cutting the red tape. I like that, cutting the red tape. And the bicycle. And I think here you were practicing learning to do your signature. Isn't that cool? Is that early on? Practicing your signature, Tamara? That's neat. I like that. And then this is her mixed media collage. Very cool. There she's got her signature down. Yeah. Look at that. Did you guys... okay, back to this. So here are her iterations. I have a whole bunch of iterations I've done of that. I keep thinking I'm going to change it. No, I don't. I love this whole... Very cool. Love that. Very nice. Very nice. And then her mixed media collage. That's very, very pretty. Very pretty. Yay. Where's my sound? Well, hello. There they are. There it is. Oh my gosh. So on and we go. Now we have mine. Okay, so you guys, there's the flowers I did on Lala's show the other night when I was helping, but they're still there. I haven't taken them up. So I've been doing some Zen. I really, this is about, we've been off and about and doing all kinds of stuff. And Patty was here. So when Patty was here the other night, when she was here, she was pretty stressed. So we sat down in front of YouTube from Minutes of Zen, who does these 15-minute Zen things. And she and I did 3 or 4 Zen tangles. She's really good at it. Her stuff is upstairs. I've got some pieces of hers. And so, but I was just fiddling around. So this was one, been practicing putting different kind of things together. Did that one. This one didn't turn out. I screwed up his eyes, so I had to put weird glasses on him. I was practicing different things. Here were a bunch of different, practicing different types of tangles. They have names and different people who've invented them. So this was the henna drum and the sand swirl. And one of the things you do is put thoughts in it that you want to have happen or you're feeling. We were hoping for a new house for Patty, but her husband changed his mind. This is mumsy, but we both kind of goofed up on it. I did it this way first, and it got really kind of big. And then I played with this one. I don't know what this one is called. And then I got into trying to draw mushrooms. We were watching, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning the other night, so I was drawing mushrooms. I don't know why. And trying little whimsy kind of things. I saw somebody had something like this on Etsy. And so I was trying that. So those were some of the things. And then Minutes of Zen had this. She actually had a whole bunch of them, but this was her idea on a dragonfly. So I did that with her, and then I added some more other stuff of my own. I like that one. And then I did a bunch yesterday. This was all yesterday. One. Here was another one. And here's another one. That one has no breathing space. And then I was just trying to do that. And then I tried these guys. And this was another dragonfly. I kind of tried a little differently. This was something called Trella. And I don't know why I tried to draw an elephant. It didn't work. And then there was another one. Tried these little snakes, and I like to put little ants on the side of them. So that was what. I haven't done any watercolor, but completely on both ends before I dive in out there, which I will dive in soon. We got the heater, we got everything we need. So yay! There's Lupe. Let's see what everybody's saying. Moral. What's up?
Oh, the internet went down and now it just came back up.
Did you guys didn't lose me, did you? Bob said the internet went down here and came back up.
Yeah, it's back on now.
Well, I must have I've got Speedify on. That's why I didn't lose. Because, yay. Yeah.
Okay.
Speedify's on.
Lucky you. It's
Lucky
back
me.
for everybody.
Yes. So I have Speedify, which is a kind of like a VPN type thing, but our internet apparently just went down. So it rescued it and kept the stream going, which is kind of nice. Yeah. Oh, morel. You see a morel mushroom. Um, caught the Quito tutorial. It was fire. Oh, nice. Yeah. I I have seen some of hers. Yeah. Q-tip. Thank you, little Tamara. Yeah. I love it. It's just it's amazing. It's keeping me what I like about doing it is it's keeping me from like picking at my nails or grabbing something to eat, which I don't need to. So I've lost another 9 pounds now, and something wrong with the connection. Um, yeah, it keep refreshing. Hi, Bob. It was skipping. All my stuff off. Mine is skipping. Great job, everyone. Is it back to normal, you guys? If I try a refresh, I'm afraid I will lose you guys. Will I? Let's see. Let me know if. Linda, is it still skipping? Yes, it's still skipping. Okay, let's see what I can do. It does not. Okay, sorry, I have to watch replay back to the stove. So sorry. Sweet dreams, all better. Oh, she says it's all better. Lupe says it's all better. I think it reconnected. Ecamm will maintain it, and if I quit and I can't hit a refresh, it doesn't refresh that way. All right. Well, I'm gonna read. I have 3 cute stories, and they went kind of with the if you saw the opening video. The first one is called Lubaya's Quiet Roar, and it's by Marilyn Nelson, and the paintings are by Philomena Williamson. So Marilyn Nelson's a 3-time National Book Award finalist, won Newbery Honor, a Prince Award, and 4 Coretta Scott King honors. Woo! And has received several prestigious poetry awards. Bye, Susan. Take care. And the Robert Frost Medal. Woo! In addition to fellowships from the Guggenheim Foundation and the National Endowment for the Arts, a professor emeritus of English at the University of Connecticut, she has served as the Chancellor of the Academy of American Poets and as Poet in Residence of the American Poets Corner at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. She lives in Connecticut. Whoa. All right. And Philomena Williamson is a fine artist whose work has been exhibited in many museums and galleries, including a career retrospective at the Montclair Art Museum. She has received numerous awards as well as fellowships from the National Endowment for the Arts and the John Mitchell Foundation. Williamson teaches painting at universities and is on board of directors of Doing Art Together, a nonprofit arts education program. She lives in Montclair, New Jersey, with her husband and 2 children. So that's the story, author and illustrator of the story that I'm reading, the first one I'm reading tonight, which is, it's right here. Hey, what happened there? Oh, that's the screen share. I hit the wrong one. That's not supposed to be in the show. Move it down there. There we go. Lubaya's Quiet Roar. Hopefully it's going to do a good job. There we go. Lubaya always liked to be alone. I'm going to try something here. There we go. Happily watching the theater of her thoughts. There she's a ballerina who talks to whales. Or an African American artist astronaut. Labaya hardly ever raises her hand, even when she knows the right answer. She watches the hand-waving picked kids stand in the light of classroom admiration. When captains choose kids to play on their teams, Labaya gets picked number 8 or 9. Her teammates shout, "Luby!" but she's lost in dreams. She looks at the ground and shrugs when the other team wins. I love these butterflies. At home, she notices things. The way her dad's jaw sprouts whiskers by evening, how sometimes he winks and her mom's cheeks grow a brownish blue blush. The way her mom's eyes crinkle when she smiles. After homework, dinner and chores, sometimes she and Jelani play video games. Jelani wins when Lubaya gets bored. Then she goes to her quiet place behind the couch. She draws on the backs of old posters left from a protest march a while ago. She draws her friends Madison and Skylar dressed in their prettiest birthday party clothes. She draws a snowman on a towel at the beach. She draws Elijah, Jaden, and Jose standing on ladders to paint a rainbow. She draws an Egyptian bird, a hip-hop frog. She sits listening and drawing happily alone. Mom, Dad, Jelani, and the people on TV fill the air with talk. She catches words and writes down snatches of what she overhears. Breaking news. The evening shatters like a dropped glass. Mom cries, "Oh my God, not again." She and Dad spring to their feet. Dad says a swear. Labaya comes out of her niche. Mom says, "I had hoped the time for marching was past. As soon as something's organized, we'll march again. Labaya, can we have those old posters back?" That's why the speakers, the spotlighted ones, are carrying posters of Lubaya's drawings. Everyone comments on how great they are, how beautiful they speak truth. Lubaya's roar may not be loud, but a quiet roar can make history. In Swahili, Lubaya means young lioness, and Jelani means mighty. That's Lubaya's quiet roar. I like that one. Yep. Cool illustrations. Somebody doesn't always need to talk about things. Their art speaks for her. I love it. I love it. All right. So the next one, it's called "See This Little Dot," and it's by Jane Yolen. And Jane Yolen, which I think I've read stuff of hers before, is an award-winning author, poet, and teacher. She has written hundreds of books, including "What to Do with a Box," illustrated by Chris Sheben, and "What to Do with a Stick," illustrated by Paolo Domenicani. The Educational Book and Media Association honored her significant contributions with its 2018 Jeremiah Liddington Award. She's been given awards all around the world for her work. She's done picture books as well as chapter books, and just, oh my gosh, so many. And then the artist is French artist and graphic designer Laetitia Devernay, is a graduate of the, okay, I apologize right now. Linda. École supérieure des arts décoratifs in Strasbourg has received several international awards in little more than a decade of work, and this is her third book for Creative Editions after 2022's Color. See this little dot. Now, you guys, this one is going to be a bit of a challenge to watch or to look at, because, I mean, think of a dot and think how much the illustrator does with just a dot. It's pretty cool on this one. See this little dot by Jane Yolen here. Let's go to the cover and the back. The birdhouse. The raven has a dot in his eye. The penguin has a dot in his eye. And the cover, inside cover, is this. See that? Very cool. It gives me some ideas for Zentangles. Yep, it does. See this little dot? Let me make it a little bigger for you. There we go. See this little dot? It's not just a blot on a page. Not just a spot of ink on a shirt. Or a bit of dirt on the back of your shoe. It's not just the wide open eye of a cat or a dog. Or a crow or a bat. Not a marble or a ball or an unfilled space. See this little dot? It's got no squiggle. It does not wiggle like a worm on a hook. This dot can be as big as the moon in the sky. It can be as tiny as the eye on a fly. It usually waits, content with its job. Small, complete, very neat. Not messy, like a blob. It's perfect, and it's round. It has oomph, roll, and zest. Sometimes it bounces high or falls real low. It mostly stays at rest. So see this little dot? It's my very good friend. And what it does best is at the end. And that is this. See this little dot. I love this. Just so clever. So, you know my inspiration and my challenge to you guys. What can you do with dots? Let's see who does some artwork with dots or how it sneaks in. I'm probably going to sneak it into my Zentangles, onto my little things, but probably won't be perfect little dots. Nah, not me. Not perfect, that's for sure. Not perfect at all. Yes, it is very clever. Crickets. Yes, all kinds of stuff. And then the last book I have for tonight is about it's based on a young man that we've seen some of his work, and it's his little autobiography, sort of. Okay, it's written and illustrated by Tailor Gordon, and you might remember he was the young man who wrote the book that was published when he was 15. Tailor Gordon is a teen painter and activist whose work has been featured in Time and Essence magazines and on Good Morning America and The Today Show. In 2020, he received the Global Child Prodigy Award. He currently lives in San Jose, California with his family. He did the book, that one book, which was it? That had all about the different famous people, and he did the illustrations of all of them, the paintings. This is the book called The Boy Who Found His Voice, and it's a story that about himself. Linda says, we don't often see the shapes involved in art. This is a clever way to have us look at them. Yeah, exactly. Very clever. Yes, you do have dots in so many of your pieces. Tamara does have dots in so many of her art pieces. Very, very much so. It's a really clever way to go. There. Okay. Now, the boy. Oops. Now I have to go back to this and bring it back out for you to see. The Boy Who Found His Voice. I think this is a really cool story. If you've ever known anybody who struggled with stammering or stuttering, besides President Biden, one of Bob's very best friends, Bill, struggled with that most of his life. And I remember students that had to work with this, and this is just a really wonderful story about the boy who found his voice, written and illustrated by Tailor Gordon. What does he have on anything? Oh, nope. Oh, it's the book. He did this book, The We Can. That's the one that he did. Portraits of Power. I read that one to you guys. I love that. There once was a boy who had trouble with words. Long words, short words, silly words, all words. Every word he tried to speak just kept getting stuck. In his thoughts, he knew exactly what to say and how to say it. He'd say it loudly, he'd say it proudly, and he'd say it with a smile. He'd tell knock-knock jokes, knock-knock. He'd rhyme cat, hat, bat, rat, sat. He'd even reveal the real reason why the chicken crossed the road. He'd talk and talk and talk and talk without a pause, stutter or stammer. And the crowd would go wild. Yay! Thank you, thank you. But that was only in his imagination. When the boy, whose name was Tyler, by the way, actually opened his mouth to speak, thank you, his tongue got tied, and the words just wouldn't come out right. As you can probably imagine. This made Tyler feel frustrated and frazzled, and it left him in quite a funk. But he wouldn't give up. He couldn't give up. He'd turn to his mother and she'd say, breathe in, breathe out, let go of all your doubt. You can, you will, you're able. And to cheer Tyler up, they'd paint. As they painted, they practiced saying short words, long words, silly words, and all the words that help describe their paintings. Painting and practicing made Tyler feel proud. Now, school is where things got tough for Tyler. It's not easy making friends when it takes you a long time to say your name. Ta, 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 ta. To thank someone for complimenting your fro. Th, 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 th. Or warn another kid about the toilet paper on his shoe. What, wait. There were parts of Tyler's school day that he really loved. The quiet parts, like reading in the library, yoga, and of course, lunchtime. It's rude to talk with your mouth full, right? But the hardest part of school was show and tell. Each day he'd watch his classmates talk about their rocks, blocks, and stinky socks. But today was the big day. Tyler would finally volunteer. So he stood in front of his classmates, and with all eyes on him, he opened his mouth to speak, but the words kept getting stuck. Tyler paused and stuttered and stammered. Ugh. Some kids giggled. Others just stared. One kid even pretended to snooze. Tyler wouldn't give up. He couldn't give up, but then he did give up. As the teacher walked him to his seat, she told the class that some people's words are so powerful, they take a little more work to come out. But Tyler was frustrated and frazzled. He was in quite a funk. At home, he took his time and told his mother what had happened at school. With her arms around him, Tyler's mother calmly repeated these words. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of all your doubt. You can, you will, you're able. And to cheer Tyler up, they painted. They painted and they painted. They painted saying, and they practiced saying short words and long words, silly words, all words that help describe their paintings. They painted pictures of each other. They painted pictures of themselves. They painted pictures of roses, and they painted pictures of noses. Like Tyler's words, some of the paintings just didn't come out right. But even if the picture wasn't perfect, Tyler's mother knew exactly what he was trying to paint. This gave Tyler an idea. The next day, when the teacher asked for volunteers for show and tell, Tyler raised his hand high. As he made his way to the front of the classroom, his knees began to shake. Oh no, he thought, this might have been a big mistake. But there was no turning back. He wouldn't give up. He couldn't give up. So he stood up tall and proud and showed his painting to the class. Before he could say a word, the crowd went wild. Tyler! Some loved the colors. Tyler! Others loved the fro. Tyler! Now it was time to use his voice. Tyler took a deep breath in and a deep breath out. He reminded himself to let go of all his doubt. And he said to the class, loudly, proudly, and in his own way, "This is me." A note from the author. Hi, I'm Tyler Gordon, and I'm an artist and an activist for kids who stutter. I started painting when I was 10 years old, and painting quickly became my passion. I love art because it's always helped me express myself. You see, expressing yourself can be tough when you stutter like I do. And while my paint may flow easily, my words sometimes get stuck. It can be frustrating, but it hasn't stopped me. With the support of loved ones, some self-confidence, and a can-do spirit that won't quit, I speak loudly and I speak proudly, and I love using my voice to tell my story. While The Boy Who Found His Voice is a fictional tale, it paints a picture of some of the things I experienced throughout my life due to my speech impediment. Like the boy in the story, I sometimes feel very frazzled and frustrated when my words don't come out the way I want them to. And like the boy in the story, I have a supportive mom who also happens to be a painter like me, who always helps me find my confidence. People stutter for different reasons. For me, I was born deaf, and after undergoing a life-changing surgery, I was able to hear. But the surgery I had impacted my speech. I began to stutter, and it was a stutter that just wouldn't go away. I refused to give up on expressing myself through words, so I worked with a speech therapist and I practiced daily. It wasn't easy, and not everyone I met was patient with me, which made it tough. But over time, I learned that I didn't have to hide my voice. I've embraced my stutter as being part of me. This is me. And throughout my journey, what served as another form of therapy for me was art. Art was and still is my outlet. I express myself through painting and have seen how one painting has the ability to speak 1,000 words. I once was a boy who was afraid to speak. Now I speak with my voice and with my art. My hope is that this book will help inspire others who get tongue-tied, and maybe, just maybe, it'll help make the world a more accepting and empathetic place toward those who have speech impediments. Tyler Gordon. The Boy Who Found His Voice. Man, a child prodigy. Pretty amazing. Art is so important to me, even when I am lost. Hi, Dan. Hey, nice to have you here, my friend. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. I hope you were able to catch that story we're reading. We read another book earlier this year by Tyler Gordon. He wrote the book We Can. Oops, wrong. There. This one right here, We Can. Portraits of Power, in which he did the illustrations of, many Black Americans. And they are amazing illustrations. And when he did this book, he was 15. He's pretty spectacular. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Okay. Hit the right button on the stream deck, Gretchen. So, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's story and art, and I hope you're going to enjoy the end of everything. I think what I'll do is I'll pull the opening video that I did for the beginning down and have it go out at the end like I did last time, because it was kind of fun to make this one, and you'll see now how the video that I did relates to the different books and what we'd had. Tamara, thank you for sending in your art. And the rest of you guys, if you want to do any dot art for next week, that inspired from Jane Yolen's book, that would be fun. And yes, both of his books he's done that I've seen are. I don't know if he has. I'll have to look up and remind me to tell you on Thursday if he's done other books. On Thursday, the books I'm planning to read, we're going to go with a little bit of musical aspect. I have a book about Bach. I have a book about Pete Seeger. And I have a book about, no, it's not. Oh, I can't remember the third one. I went to the library. Yes, of course. So we'll do a little bit of musical books on Thursday when you're back for story and art, for story time at least. So keep working on your own art and have it ready for next Sunday. If you want to do my challenge of doing any dot art and send that in, that would be really cool to relate to the book that we did of Jane Yolen's. Shall we all be dot? Dot. Yes. Remember that other book? There was that one. There's Squiggle, and then there's the book called Dot. There's another book and that I did, and then there's the one exclamation mark. I tried to get that one, those punctuation points, but yes, it's a good one. All right, you guys. I am going to close down the live for tonight and the story and art. Thank you for being here and joining me. I hope that these books filled your buckets a little bit. They filled mine, and your artwork fills my bucket all the time. Tamara, thanks for sending stuff in. And the rest of you guys, don't forget, send it in and keep working on it. And this is a safe zone to show your things. Lupe, thanks for being here. And Dan, thanks for joining us. I think, is this your first time here, Dan? So let's give him a little applause. And give him a little applause there for being here. Thank you. And anyway, for now, that's it for tonight. So I'm going to say, before it goes into what was the opening video, that's all of like 30 seconds, and then it goes into the close. Keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight, you guys. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in your mirror. And I'll see you on Thursday.
Here you are, and you make it so much better than every day I have. And I never wanna leave it. Baby, kiss me, come on, it's sunshine, straight to the evening. I finally figured it out. You're talking better than, oh yeah. You're talking better writing, capital letters. I finally figured it out. No, we're talking better than this. In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool with a love